And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It is a record day, Friday, February 6, 2026. We'll explain the record day in just a few minutes. Hope you're having a good day. I'm up in the north. Tomorrow it should be 5 degrees below zero. Wind chill factor. Without the wind chill, it should be about 5 degrees. I'm so excited. Those that know me know I love warm weather. Anyway, in case you don't know, this is serious talk about everything that affects you. The markets, the economy, your job, your industry. The Morlocks in D.C., and anything that matters. We'll cover anything. And if you don't get this radio show in your city, we'll post it at GaryK.com. We'll also post it on our X feed. And if you don't follow us on X, you should. If you'd like to email us, just be nice. We'll also post it on the BizTV YouTube channel. The Dow broke 50,000. We closed at 50,115. The Dow was up 1,206 points today. What? The Dow closed up 1,206. So we had said to you all week, it's really been revenge of the nerds. It is, we even tell you, we have this screen, it's our middle screen. It has transports, commodities, economically sensitive, financials, retail, things we call stuff, industrials, materials. And throughout the carnage of this week, and to be clear, there has been carnage, they just sat. In fact, the Dow was just backing and filling. Up a little, down a little, while they crashed software, while they crashed a decent amount of the artificial intelligence names, while they crashed the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that crap. So we walk into today. By the way, last night futures were down. I wake up this morning, I look at my screen, and the Dow was up okay, but by 9:40, the Dow was up 600 points. They just jumped all over it. And I must tell you, I didn't see really any news, but they just jumped all over it. And what did they jump all over? High price. What did we tell you about the Dow? Verizon is a $46 stock. $46. Goldman Sachs is $928. That means Goldman Sachs matters 20 times as much as Verizon. If Goldman Sachs went up 1%, it'd be like 60 Dow points. If Verizon went up 1%, it'd be like 3 Dow points. Goldman Sachs went up $38 today. Caterpillar 47. Do you know what those two were? About 560 Dow points. But you're getting some extra stuff in the Dow. Well, let's think about it. Microsoft, on the week, this is for the week, Microsoft's down $29. Big drop, software, but was up 7.5 today. That got you about 50 Dow points. 3M, gaps down on their earnings report. Right back up on a strong Dow. It was up 60 Dow points today. You've had weakness in the financials. JP Morgan in the Dow was up $12 today. Actually finished up on the week after being down all week. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah. That was 80 Dow points. And the good breakout, Amgen. Amgen reported 0% earnings growth. It was up 105 Dow points today. On the week, Amgen was up $42, 12% on 0% earnings growth. $42 is about 650, 280 Dow points. IBM stock's been trashed this week. Blown up this week. But not as much blown up because it was up $9 today. 70 Dow points. That's how you get up over 1,200. Now, as we have told you, and we don't usually do that, we own the Dow. I never buy the Dow. The Dow is the DIA. I never own it. If I'm going to own ETFs, I usually own NASDAQ, NASDAQ 100, things like that. The Dow breaks out to all-time highs today. I'm not going to get rich off of it. It's the Dow. But whatever in the Dow, jumping. NVIDIA. Do you know for the week, NVIDIA's down $6? For the week. It was up 13.5 today. It was down $20 this week. That's how weak it was. 85 Dow points today. But the bigger story for me, transports, commodities, airlines. Delta broke out today. Construction, materials, industrials, revenge of the nerds. I got news for you. The NASDAQ was down 430 points this week. It was up 490 today. That's how weak it was. The NASDAQ remains below the 50-day moving average. The NASDAQ 100 remains below. The Russell 2000 held the 50-day to the penny yesterday and bounced. The mid-cap is a new high. The mid-cap's a new high. And then the semis. The semis for the week. I got to make sure I got this right before I tell you it. Is up 50 points. But it was up 433 today. It was down 500 points going in the last couple of days before bouncing a little yesterday off the 50-day and jumped today. Now that for me is a little bit outlier to get that much back in a day, but it is the semiconductors. It is quite the juicy on the up and the down. There's your story. Revenge of the nerds. Something like Martin Marietta, a cement and concrete company, breaks out. Does report in 3 trading days though. But that's the type of stuff. Defense stocks, because everybody likes a big war, strong. That's on my stuff page. So there you have it. And we're telling you, we own the Dow. Not thrilled, but I got to tell you, it broke out to new highs today. Good advanced decline. Great advanced decline today. And the software bounced up 3.5% today. Only problem with that, for the week is down 9%. And in the last 2 weeks, down 20%. So let me be blunt. I think software can bounce more. in a bear market. Careful. The Bitcoin, it bounced today. 9%. For the week, down 16%. It can bounce in a bear market. Careful. We'll continue with this up next on Investor's Edge. So, we get asked, Gary, what's causing the Dow to break out? Any news? Well, I can tell you, that sentiment survey today was stronger than expected. Terrific. Did that do it? I don't think so. But we don't try to rationalize. Ever. Job market, to be blunt, sucks. Jobs created, terrible. So what do you think's going on here? If I had a guess, just a guess, the president has enacted better depreciation for businesses. Regulatory environment is much more business friendly. The bond market still stable and actually pulled back this week. And I say this with ADP and paychecks. With the Dow up 1,200 today, ADP was down $2.63 and paychecks was flat. They measure the the job market. So as always, we do not rationalize. All we can tell you, the Dow broke out today. The mid-caps broke out today. The S&P is stuck in the middle of the range. The NASDAQ and NASDAQ 100 are below the range and below the 50-day moving average. The Russell 2000 held the 50-day. The semiconductors held the 50-day and really had a good day today. There you have it. Foreign markets act fine. The financials were getting iffy. Not the regionals. The regionals have been strong, but the banks were getting iffy. Had a very good day today. Goldman held support. JP Morgan broke above the 50-day today. Bank America, same. Morgan Stanley, sitting on the 50-day. Needs work. That's your story. I don't know what else more to tell you. Strong day for the Dow and the revenge of the nerds. And you must remember, before the nerds woke up, we would come on this show every day a long while back. And we have stated for the record, avoid all those areas. Transports into June of 25. I take that back. Into Liberation Day. Dead. And even up until October, doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. But in the last weeks, broke out to all-time highs, and the transports this week up 8.7%. This week. Those are your rails, your truckers, your FedEx, your logistics companies, which tells me there is no chance the economy is going south. I also have things like Carnival Cruise edging out of range. Viking Cruise edging out of range. Royal Caribbean looks like it's about to edge out of range. Those are the cruise lines. Delta, little breakout today. Catching where I'm going with this? We're just reporting the news. Allegiant breaks out today. ALGT, Airlines. And as we mentioned, Caterpillar, Deere, AGCO, new highs. How about Hilton? Reports in 5 days, but at the highs. How about Marriott? Reports in 4 days, at the highs. Retail has been iffy. Had a real good day today. I have yet to scan them. See if I can find anything really good. And let me repeat, they've been iffy. But yesterday, something like a Tapestry breaks out on good earnings, up another 6% today. But I want to repeat something. I am bearish on software, and a ton of them, and bearish on a lot of lesser tech. They all bounced today. They better have. By the way, I have a few that were down today, which is quite the amazing. My goodness, correct. But that whole sector bounced with the market. But I'm bearish on them. And we'll let you know as they bounce up where to sell them. But I suspect they'll bounce up more. And then there's the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. They better bounce. They crashed in the last week. And the word crash is not hyperbole. So hope you listen on that. As always, if anything changes, we'll let you know. But going into the weekend, I ain't going to argue with the Dow breaking out to new highs. Now, big tech. Still not thrilled. NVIDIA was up 13 today, back into the range. Broadcom up 22, back in the range. Amazon was down 12 on earnings today. Let me get that right. Amazon was down 12 today on earnings. Meta was down today, $9. Google was down $8. Tesla bounced 13. That's bearish. Not today, but overall. Microsoft bearish. Salesforce.com hardly bounced today. Booking Holdings bearish. Adobe bearish. Netflix bearish. Oracle bearish. Qualcomm bearish. SAP bearish. We'll keep you up to date. Up next, more on these markets. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. So we've been very good this show. We've hardly done any in fact, we've done no politics the last 2 days. But as you know, we love doing it. And we love covering the upcoming election. We love taking politicians on. We love complimenting them when need be. But they have all let us down. 38 trillion of debt says so. We have said to you, the Republicans are going to lose their arse in November. They are losing the House. Nothing is going to change it. A higher stock market isn't going to change it. A strong economy isn't going to change it. And why? Who do you like hanging out with? Nice or not nice? People that compliment or people that put down? You get where I'm going with this, right? If somebody doesn't get to this president and soon to lower the tone, to stop with the tweets and very stupid ones, the president put up a video of Barack Obama and his wife depicted as monkeys. And he thinks he's going to get votes? Oh, and of course they're yelling and screaming, oh, it was a underling that put it up. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The Republican Party is ripping them. Now, maybe they'll throw somebody under the bus. Don't know. But it came directly from him. You think that's going to win votes? Calling people retards, you think that's going to win votes? Really? You can have the greatest policies in the world, but people are going to remember you for you. He's still claiming that he won 2020. He's getting louder with it. He pardoned more white collar criminals in the last 2 weeks. And I guess he may be getting some good advice. He ain't listening. I'm not putting the president down. I'm giving him real constructive criticism. It is going to be Speaker of the House Hakeem Jeffries. Bernie Sanders is going to run the Banking and Finance Committee. And then they're going to spend 2 years impeaching him. It is utterly amazing that he doesn't have any self-control. And let me repeat, the Dow can go to 100,000. Ain't going to matter. GDP can grow 5%. Not going to matter. Elections are a popularity contest. Have you seen his poll numbers? It's all based on demeanor and the like. And he ain't learning. Unfortunately. Because, man, one of the greatest things a president has done in the last 2-3 decades was closing the border. Magnificent. What's unbelievable something to run on? Ain't going to matter. Not going to matter. Putting down women versus the border ain't going to matter. If any of you are close-knit with them, you better tell them what I'm telling you. Because I got no blood in the game. I'm independent. I hate them all. But this one was over the top. Depicting the Obamas as apes. and then blaming somebody else. What do they say about pissing down your backs and telling it's raining? Okay, so we got away from the market with some real facts and constructive criticism. Maybe he'll hear. I doubt he'll listen. Segueing back, one of the best broad market days I have seen in years today. Happening in the midst of crashing technology stocks, software. And by the way, they were killing the semiconductors also this whole week. But boy, they jammed them right back up today. And I must tell you, yesterday, I think I even mentioned this on radio, I was contemplating buying a little off the 50-day moving average yesterday, but things were so ugly with the software and stuff, I didn't know if they were going to get the semis big time or not. They didn't. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hopefully we'll still have a chance. By the way, this should be fabulous for a president to be able to come out and say we hit 50,000 on the Dow. That should be headlines. You know what the news is going to report? Catching my drift? So just letting you know again, revenge of the nerds. They were dead for a long time. They have taken over. And it means the economy will be in good stead, notwithstanding the job market, because that confuses the hell out of me. When you have a chance, go look at XLI, XLB, even the staples, XLP, have been coming on. IYT, transports, MDY mid-caps. The Russell has not yet. That just bounced off the 50. We'll see if that moves out. But if you want to look at the Dow, go look at the Dow or symbol DIA. Good stuff. Oh, did I mention oils? OIH, XLE, XOP. All into new high ground, even though oil prices have not. And that is because the market's strong. Gold bounced today. Silver bounced today. But as we said to you, by the way, both gapped up kinda. Silver is much weaker than gold now. And we gather we're going to repeat what we said. There's going to be a bunch of backing and filling, gaps to the upside, gaps to the downside in the near term. Up next, hey, there's a football game Sunday. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. Thanks for being with us today. And please don't email me on the president and the White House saying that the president had no idea the video. It was a staffer that posted it. Horse crap. All right. So we have the Super Bowl. And we've already given out our pick, but just in case you missed it, we like Seattle. We are 9-1 in the playoffs. Hopefully we win the Super Bowl, but in worst case it'll be 9-2, which is pretty darn good. By the way, I've got a lot of emails from a bunch of you thanking me and wanting to take me out to dinner, but that's okay. So here's my thought process. The line's 4.5. I hate that line. So we said to you yesterday, money line, Seattle. But if you were to play the line, we still like Seattle. it's a tough game to handicap because you have a newbie as a quarterback for New England, Drake May, and you never know how he's going to take into the big time. What I love about Seattle is, as I said to you, I won my fantasy league this week, and defenses don't usually win you weeks. But I won 2 weeks because of the defense of Seattle, and I watched them all year. They are one of the best defenses I've seen in a very long time. And I think it's going to be tough for New England. That's my take. I've also noticed Seattle's offense has gotten better late in the season. And they have one of the best wide receivers in the league. So we're not sure the over-under. It's 45 and a half. We're going to just leave that alone. We wouldn't be surprised by either. But I wouldn't be surprised if the game ends up 27-13, Seattle, something to that effect. We wouldn't be lower scoring. We wouldn't be surprised with a defensive touchdown, or at the very least, a great defensive play, which puts them on the other side of the 50-yard line and easier to score. And this would be revenge. As you know, Seattle was going to beat New England in one of the Super Bowls, and the coach made one of the stupidest calls in history, a throw from the 1-yard line when they had Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, who could move a Mack truck. And they threw this little slant pattern, and Malcolm Butler got in front of it and intercepted it, and that was the game. Pete Carroll, one of the most doofus calls in Super Bowl history, if not in football history, because Super Bowls matter. So we like Seattle, and again, 9-2 at the worst, 10-1 if they come through. But just remember, Super Bowls are about two things: defense and turnovers. If Seattle turns the ball over a couple of times, you get the point. So you never know. Wish both teams luck. I loved watching New England this year too, because Vrabel came in and turned the whole place around. They were dead for a couple of years. Anyway, more importantly, I will be wearing a New York Giants jersey watching the game, because I live and breathe my New York Giants. And that is all. Anyway, going into next week, I don't have any complaints on the market, except sell the software as it bounces higher, sell the crypto as it bounces higher. I don't know if the bounce lasts a week, days, don't know. But they bounced them today, though I'm looking at my right and seeing Zscaler was down today and a few others, which is quite amazing. I noticed Reddit on earnings down, am I correct, $11 today. That's surprising. So not everything. But I will not pull any punches on the strength of the broad market. It is indeed revenge of the nerds, big time. Unbelievable, to the point that I own the Dow, which is against everything I've ever done. And that tells you a little bit about it. The one thing I do have to do is get back into the mid caps, because I sold them, made a little profit, and then sold them and went right back up. Next week, not a lot of earnings. Well, there's more earnings, but we're past all the big ones. My one fundamental worry, I am seeing some revenge of the nerd stocks go up on no growth, but the market's valuing something. And you know what I never argue with? Mr. Market. To everybody else out there, if you are in a very cold area, icy area, take your time. Take your time. Stay warm. Don't be driving. If you have to, don't drive like crazy. I don't know if you've seen the pileups and the accidents in the last week around the country. No fun. Your car is a weapon. Do not forget that. As always, any questions, email me at GaryK.com. You'll have a great weekend. Drive carefully, and when you get home, do like we do. Make sure you hug your family, hug your children. They will feel better. You will feel better. I promise. Stay well, be well. Thanks for joining. I'm going to take a nap. Bye-bye.